I'm Paul Dutton with the Emergency Preparedness Network. All right, we want to talk to you today about utilities and utility shutoffs. We want to get a little bit more about just turning off your gas. So we're going to talk about turning off your gas today.
Okay, so now you've checked around the inside of the house, as we talked about before, checking all the gas appliances, right? Smelling for that gas. That's why they put that odor in that gas, right? So you can check to see if you can smell. But now we walked around the outside, just like we teach you in CERT, in our Community Emergency Response Team training, that you need to do a 360 size of running around the outside, checking to see if you smell gas, right? Because there's also outside appliances, like a gas water heater, sometimes a gas furnace, the gas washer and dryer sometimes can be outside. People may have the gas hooked up to their outdoor barbecues and or gas probably for a pool heater or an outdoor fireplace. So all those gas places we're checking outside, and we still don't smell anything, but we're just not sure. So let's check the circles. See these little circles right here on our gas meter now? We're here at the gas meter. In a normal day, as you can see, these guys don't even look like they're moving. And they're not. Right? Your gas usage is very small. It registers very slightly that these things would even move. Now, if your gas is leaking, like you have a gas leak underneath your lawn or the pipes underneath the ground, right? It will show here. One of these circles will start to move, and you'll see it moving. Notice how you can't see it now, but if you see them moving then we're going to grab our gas wrench. Now, we tell everybody, leave your gas wrench there. Now you notice I have. But that gas wrench is pretty rusty, okay? But you notice I left it to exactly the position we want. So where do I turn it off, Paul? Well, see the one coming out of the ground right here? It's coming out right there. My finger's right on it. And notice I can put this right there, right over it. People say, hey, wait a minute, Paul, it's a metal wrench. Yeah, but you notice that all this has been re-spray painted? Takes away the metal content so that you won't create that spark. So if your gas meter hasn't been updated or checked, get them to come out. And one of the things the guy will do is he'll spray paint it to make sure it's safe that you don't get a spark. But us in CERT, if I don't have that, I can use my CERT one. It's aluminum. It won't create a spark. That's what you want, really, for the most safety. Now I'll put that right over that. Oh gee, I can't get it that way. Well, I can get it this way. And I'm going to turn it, all right, that way. It's going to go that way. You're going to turn it down. Just like as if I turned this one, right, it's going to go that way to turn it off. All right? So, you know it's the gas one, the right one, because it's coming out of the ground. Now, if you follow my finger up, okay, you go into a regulator here, then it comes up into the gas. Then it gets metered, checks out, comes out, and now it comes over to here. As you can see my hand, that's actually an earthquake valve for the gas meter. Yeah, on a 5.4 earthquake, that thing will shut off. It's a little ball that falls down and plugs the sucker, and then you don't have any more gas. And it does it automatically. Okay, then you need to have the gas company come and turn it back on after that happens. Now, you notice the gas pipe comes down and then it goes into the ground, okay? And it goes into the wall, okay? It's going into the ground on this particular one because it's running to an outdoor pool heater, and the other one's going into the wall, right, which is all the gas that we have. The other pipe is running to my gas water heater right there. So the ones that go into the wall is not the one you want. The one that's coming straight out of the ground, that one, right there, that's always closest, almost always on this side of the water heater, the gas meter, is the one that you want to turn off. So now, when you check those circles, they're moving, yes, we turn it off. We check those circles, they're not moving, we've checked inside, we checked outside, don't turn off your gas. Because if you do, and there's a major disaster like we talk about in these 7.0 earthquakes or above, okay, it could take the gas company anywhere from 3 months to 18 months to get your gas back on. So you don't want a carte blanche to just go and turn off the gas, right? So it's really, really important. And on this one, we have an earthquake valve. Yeah, it's old, but these still work. They're still certified. You can still use them. All these things are important. So after an earthquake, after a major disaster, am I worried about gas? Because if gas is leaking, it can fill up inside in your house or in a room. You could have a huge explosion. So we want to be careful of that, okay? And what kind of explosions are we talking about? Yeah, well, the two firemen right over there, well, I won't say what fire department it was, but it's somewhere in the Midwest, went to with a suspected gas leak. They rang the doorbell. That created the spark that filled the gas up that had been filling up inside the house. The house was obliterated, and the two firemen were launched across the street and hit the house on the other side. Luckily, they were both okay. They're a little bruised up, but yeah, gas is very dangerous. If we suspect a leak, let's turn it off. Always in doubt, turn it off. But your best way is to check these circles. All right, so now on this particular gas meter, again, here coming out of the ground, here's our same valve, right? Now it's running parallel like that, and we're going to turn it off so it crosses or against the pipe if we do that. So here it is coming into the thing, coming into your gas meter. Here it is going into the ground back here. And here's your little circles. So that's what you're looking for. Now you notice this one on this side, because the earthquake valves will always be on this side. You notice there is none. So there's no earthquake valve on this particular unit. All right, so now, when we're inside, I got this little pipe here for you. All your inside gas appliances should have this little yellow guy right here. It should have, right, because it's bendy. So if your gas appliance moves, it should be able to move for you. Now we can't go inside and film the inside appliances for you because we're still under COVID-19. We just can't do that right now. But I wanted to show you this is what your valve should look like in your gas pipes to your gas appliances. And when you go around the inside of the house, and assuming that after the major disaster hit or the earthquake, you were inside the house at the time, you certainly want to get those boots on or those shoes on, personal protection equipment, and go inside for all the gas appliances. Gas washer and dryer, gas stove, a gas fireplace, gas water heater if it's inside, all those places. So any place that has a gas appliance, check those. And you need to pull them out and make sure that they're hooked up okay, right? If you're worried about that, let's call an electrician, let's call a gas guy, call a gasman, right? And he can check them for you, okay? And one of the simplest ways you can always check all your things is you put a little soapy water right where the connection is to see if there's any bubbles. That will tell you that you got a gas leak. Definitely want to call the gas company if that's the case. So when we're inside, we're always checking for all the gas appliances inside. Then I go outside. What if I start outside to someone else's house? Well, you're certainly not going to go in. You're going to start outside, go all the way around the outside, and then check that gas meter and check those. If we don't have any movement on these, and I don't have any smelling gas, now I can go inside. Whenever you go inside a house to check, okay, you want to make sure you do not hit the doorbell, do not turn on the lights, okay, and be very careful and don't create any kind of sparks at all if you go inside the house if you're still looking for a gas leak. Because a gas appliance leaking inside now can fill up a room and create problems. As soon as you walk in, you'll smell that, you want to walk right back out. Okay? So, but again, the safest way is to start and look right here. Look at that gas meter, check around the whole outside of the house, all the way around, make sure that's okay. So that takes care of all our gas and gas appliances you want to check after a disaster.